Everybody? Carlton C. Clay here with another VPN chat. Now, I know I always say I'm excited about these VPN chats, but I'm really excited about this one because she is truly an OG. This is before VPN. Like, this is Victory Productions, like really Victory Productions before it became VPN. But she was a part of several theater productions that I used to do back in the day. I'm so excited about this next actress. I want to bring to you Mrs. Semone Williams.
Hey,
How you doing?
good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for being here for a VPN chat. I definitely appreciate you. Like, I'm super excited about this because, like I said in my intro, you were a part of Victory Productions before VPN. Like, this is Victory Productions, so you were OG for sure.
Thanks for having me. I'm
No
so glad
problem.
to be here.
No problem. No problem. Um, So let's talk about Simone because you're originally from New York.
Yeah.
You used to love to say that all the time. I'm from New York. I'm
Uh-huh.
from New York.
It's still in me.
What brought you from New York to Augusta?
So I'm a military brat. And honestly, look, I was raised by New Yorkers. So New York is in me.
Hmm.
But was I really raised in New York? Don't tell nobody, no. But anyway, so my dad was getting out of the military for the first time,
Hmm.
and they were like, "You enjoy Atlanta area," although we weren't even in the heart of Atlanta. So when he was getting out of the military, they moved us to Georgia, and so that's pretty much where I grew up in the Cobb County area. If anybody is known about that Austell area, so that's where I pretty much grew up. And throughout, yeah, my last year in elementary school and on up.
Hmm. So what brought you to Augusta?
Oh, and Augusta. So coming to Augusta, I did go my first year in college up in New York. And it was New York, like Buffalo, cold, cold.
Hmm.
Um, but then when that was out of state fees and things like that. And then my brother is a year behind me. And so I was like, well, maybe I need to go back, get closer home. That could possibly help with the cost and all that. So I Augusta State had at the time Augusta State University had a later deadline for registration. And so I said, all right, let's just see. And I got accepted, doggone it. So that's where I wound up coming, and here I am and have been here since.
So we first met. Simone used to be a background dancer for an artist formerly known as Juba. He's no longer going by Juba now. He's Bradley. He's now
Okay.
Brad. But but he used to
No.
but he used to be known as Juba. How did you get connected to him?
Yeah, good question. You know what? So we I I so I had a dance. Well, I started like a dance uh whatever, or a dance team at
Mhm.
ASU. And I don't know how he got connected. I think he might have known Miss Karen Mobley. And so he was like, I would love someone, anybody that is, spiritual dancers, to come and tour with him and dance. And so he recruited myself and Desiree Abraham, and we were traveling with him and a couple of other dancers as well. And so we started from those days, ASU dance team days. It was awesome though, fun.
Yes, I just remember because Juba did a concert at our church, at New Creation Christian Church, and at the time we were at Hillcrest. And I
Yeah.
just remember being so mesmerized by you all, like what you all were doing, because it was so like it wasn't like just a local artist doing a performance. It literally was a concert. Like it was a whole thing. It was the whole thing. So I just remember just watching y'all on set. I was like, wow, this is dope. This is
That's
really
one
dope.
thing about, look, he will always be Juba to me, right? But that's one thing about him. It doesn't matter if he was ministering or singing to one person, he gave that one person I mean, it was spiritual, but a show.
Mhm.
It wasn't about the numbers. He definitely wanted to make sure that they heard the word from that was in the music. And so God really got the glory every time he was, I don't, even if it wasn't on stage, he always had time to, talk with, and still does, but always had time to talk and speak what God has for that person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, again, we connected through Bradley. I'm gonna respect him, call him Bradley, because
Yeah.
oh,
Okay. I
oh,
can do that.
we could try at least. We met through him, and that's when I learned that you had an interest in acting, being wanted to act and drama and all that stuff. And I remember did we do the short first or was the play first? I can't remember. It was a short. Was it the short film? Either one. It was either the short film where you played Kendall's mama.
I think that was all in the mix.
It was all right. We was doing so much. But I know we did. I know you did Judgment Day 3. You did that. And me and Kendall talk about this all the time with the plays. Those times to me was so much simpler. Just where I'm at now, I think for me it was just about having the opportunity to express my gift and have an opportunity to work with people who just love to be creative. It wasn't about, okay, we got to get our numbers up. It wasn't about, all right, how much money are we gonna make? It wasn't about like, okay, we got to make sure we marketing and all other stuff. It wasn't all this outside noise. It was literally, we got a script, we got people who want to act. Let's bring forth what let's do what God has gifted us to do, and let's just bring it towards the people. So we talk about that all the time, but we used to have so much fun doing those play rehearsals, not just the big play rehearsals, but the ones we used to do doing church service too. Like those were fun. My mom and my aunts talk about all the time a woman's worth. They talk about that
Yes.
all the time. All the time. They're like, you need,
We
like, you
want
need.
it. We want it.
They were like, you need to do that again. I'm like, I would love to. It's just time, man. It's time, and for me also too, because we did that play so long ago, and it's 2024. I would love the opportunity to really sit down and really update it. I feel like it's a little dated, to be honest. I feel like it would need to be updated. And I know
But
my mom.
how much it would be so cool to see that transition, though,
Yeah,
especially in this day and time. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So we are, because I'm in transition right now myself. Like I said, I'm not really doing a lot of filmmaking. Well, let me not say that. I'm not doing any filmmaking at all right now. I literally put the camera down in April, and I'm just kind of just finishing up projects that I'm obligated to finish, and I'm just focusing more on writing. So I'm praying that I get the chance to really sit down and write. Like, writing is my thing.
Yeah,
that's my
yeah,
love. So,
yeah.
but we also did, like I said, we did a short film. We did the Dear Diary stuff, which I don't let anybody see because because Simone, like watching it now,
Why?
because Simone, come on.
Share with people why.
I mean, looking at it now from a 2024 lens, it is trash.
Ah, well, and that's something else that needs to be revamped then.
Not the acting. I'm not talking about the acting. I'm talking about the me.
The
I'm
the
talking about
film.
me, like the filming.
I,
The filming. The camera work is trash.
I understand, but I hear you. I hear you. You perfectionist. And ooh, but then at the same time, I say that, but I so I hope I'm not jumping your gun there, but you know, in the sense that you you gave the actors freedom where, you know, like acting was like my study, my passion, right?
Mhm.
And so I went from one end of you know, just let be free and da 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 da. And then I got here to Augusta, and the plays at ASU were like, you gotta be
Mm.
script.
Mm.
And then I get with you, and you're like, look, learn them lines, you know, just the basis of the line, and be free. And I was like, what? This is crazy. Like, what do you mean be free?
I remember you used to be like, no, I need you to tell me what to do. And I'm like, I am telling you what to do. Be
Right.
free.
Do it. Do that.
No,
Yeah.
because honestly, no, I feel like again, to me, it's always been. I feel like the script is always like a roadmap, right?
Mhm.
Again over the years, and of course talking to other actors, especially people who are actually doing it professionally in the mainstream, you have to become the character, right?
Mhm.
And it's not
Mhm.
necessarily about memorize because anybody can memorize lines,
Yeah.
but are you the character? Do I
Mhm.
believe what you're saying? Do I believe your performance?
Yeah.
And a lot of times you may bring something to what I wrote and bring your, you bring your life experiences to what I wrote. And that's what makes that character come alive. So that's why I'm always like, yo, just get the lines. As long as you're not going veering off left and right,
Yeah.
then
Right.
we good to go. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I think the funniest thing to this day is that I had you playing my sister's mom, and we're all around the same age. But here's the thing though, and I say this to Simone, I say it because I'm a theater. I started off with theater, right?
Mhm.
So in theater, of course, so a lot of times you're gonna have people that are the same age playing different age ranges. So I thought I could pull that off with doing a short film, and yeah,
We did. We did not.
it's like y'all like of course again back then you're like, oh, this is so cool, this is great, this is cute. Watching it now, it's like y'all look like sisters. She's
Well,
like she's like your little sister.
no, you know, hey, no one need to know all that.
Well, what black don't crack, right?
Right. That right. That right.
But how was your? Because then from there we went on to college days and talk about just your early experiences on. You talked about it a little bit just now as far as like being free, but just working with other people and meeting the other actors and actresses with Victory Productions early on.
You know, um, so the word that comes to mind, fun, like I said, free. Um, what what we did then, it was, I mean, it was fitting for then, you
Mhm.
know? Everybody was very professional, whether they were in like fully in like acting realm or just someone that you connected with and was like, come on, or I don't know, you know, how you would always pick everybody, but at the same time, everybody did what they needed to do to make that project successful.
Uh-huh.
And so again, for that time, it was good. It worked, you know. Um, but seeing your work now, you know, it's even more developed. And you got, you know, more people that are like in the acting realm and doing like this is that's their passion and everything.
Mhm.
And so, you know, I've seen the development and the change from what we were doing, but at the same time, I still feel like we did good.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm never going to take away what you all have contributed to what Victory Productions is today. I said that at the 20th, I believe I did, or in the video or something. You all are the foundation. Without
Mm,
y'all, without y'all, there would be no 20th anniversary of Victory Productions at all. So because not only did you give your time and your talent, but you gave yourselves.
Mm.
And so that I will always be appreciative because um you all didn't have to do that. You all had lives, you all had other things going on, and it's like you all took the time to say, "Hey, we want to be a part of this and help you grow," and help you just do what you love to do. And again, it was just again, I always say those times seem a lot more simpler. Um,
Yes.
that's not even, I didn't even say that right. A lot more simpler. Let's talk like you got an education. That those times seem simpler than
I got you.
than what now. 'Cause like I said, again, it's just speaking for me. Um, being in this industry, and this is just in the independent industry, it's still so much outside noise and outside forces always coming at you. I think for me, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I think the pressure. I remember when we did, I think it was Judgment Day 3. I think when
Mhm.
we did that, I think that's when the Tyler Perry comparison started coming. And I
Yeah.
think that's when the pressure started unknowingly started coming for me. It
Mm.
was always, you're gonna be like Tyler Perry, you're the next Tyler Perry, this. And those are, and even then Tyler Perry was big, but he wasn't obviously as astronomical as he is now.
Mhm.
But even then, those were, it was crushing, you know, because you
Yeah.
always felt like you had to, all right,
Achieve
let
it.
me how to step it up. How can we get to that point? How can we
Mhm.
get to that point of fulfilling what everybody's speaking over me?
Mhm.
Of you're the next Tyler Perry. So that that even to this day, when I hear it, I know it's supposed to be a compliment, but it's still like pressure.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
But I think it does to me, in the sense that, you don't know how everyone process things differently,
Hmm.
or they do. And so when people were saying like, "Oh, you're the next Tyler Perry," to me, my heart was, let him find his footing, let him find his ground, and really what direction he wants to go, and wherever he wants to, whatever he wants to do and be in that, in this realm,
Hmm.
in this vein, and so there's some people, you're right, we can take it and say, oh, that's a great compliment, um or does that bring pressure, does that, you know make you feel a certain way? And so for an individual, yeah, we do have to, take a step back and realize, okay, wait a minute, you can be similar, or the path that's happening can be similar, but man, VPN is doing some great work over here in Augusta. And so I think everybody is just so excited because you are moving, moving, moving. I mean, you invited me to this. I was like, wait, what? We doing something now? Here's yet another thing that's gonna be on the VPN list. Amazing.
I want to talk about your character on College Days, Tyresha. Um, She was a trouble starter, troublemaker. And what was funny about that is, again, because Dear Diary is like the prequel to College Days, and I was like, okay, so she already played her mom, and I was like, all right, let's act like that didn't happen. So let's just pretend that that's a whole alternate universe, and then we're gonna bring her over here to College Days. Um, talk about, if you can remember, talk about your character and like just her evolution, because she was coming in causing some problems, and then she changed. She went to church, and then she heard the word of the Lord, and she was like, I need to change my life, but people still weren't giving her opportunity. It was like still throwing daggers at her. But how was your talk about your character, and just how you developed her, like what was your thoughts behind her character?
uh yeah, from what I remember, um, you know, it I mean, here we are. I'm in college, right? So, it again, perfect for the time in the sense that you can make a name for yourself. And so my character, just coming in there like whether I know it all or starting up stuff and just trying to, I guess, kind of like fit in
Mm-hmm.
um by what I was doing. And then, like I said, kind of, knowing Jesus more and getting him in my heart. And then you start trying to change and have a shift, but ain't nobody trying to give you that time of day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's very similar, runs a little parallel to my life, not in the sense of trying to cause commotion with other people and what they're doing, not intentionally anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but just really realizing that God is the one that can really help with the relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I got connected with him, the more doors could be open and just peace. So I don't know if you have to remind me, but I don't know if I really recall a good level of peace with my character.
I think from what I remember, she did end up moving away.
Uh-huh.
But then she came back and it was like, all right, I'm good. As long as I'm good with God, that's all that really matters. And the people that really understand, then that's who I'm going to connect with,
Yeah.
So it was more so about her just focusing on God and versus trying to be like, I think that was her whole thing. I think her thing, she just wanted to be liked. She went about it wrong
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
beginning, but I think she just wanted to be liked. That's all.
Yeah.
And, again, with her, giving her life to the Lord and then her trying to, because a lot of times, people have a hard time forgetting your past,
Yeah.
but that's not on you. That's on them. If you are making the conscious effort to change who you were, then you're on the
Uh-huh.
right path. And if people can't get on that path, then that's
Right.
on them, you know?
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
think we saw that even in that. And that's crazy because again, this is me 38 years old. I wrote this years ago, wasn't even really thinking like that. I was just going along with the story. And here we are years later, we're talking about this and we're receiving messages from what we
Yeah.
did years ago. So that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
And that's
Um,
definitely looking back on that because I mean, in the moment, it was like separate life. You live your life and then you live your acting life.
mhm. That's
So
that's true. That's true. Let's talk about the process because I know, again, looking back, the process was a little grueling because I just had this conversation with Chantel, and we were talking about how we used to film. We would film actually every month. We weren't
mhm,
like us now. When I was doing my shows, I would film first and then put it out later. We were
mhm.
filming literally August, September till April, May,
Uh-huh.
like literally. And again, you had a life. You had a whole life.
Yeah,
So like how did you manage to balance everything?
good question, girl. I mean, you know what? When you say that, it's like, really? That's what we was doing?
Yes, we were literally, yes. Cause
Wow.
we would film either one or two episodes, and mind you, it would take we weren't filming during the week. We were filming on the weekend. Well, sometimes during the week. It depended on the schedule,
Uh-huh.
but we were mostly filming on the weekends. We would film like 2 or 3 weekends that month, and then I would put it out.
But you know what? I feel like, I mean, in all honesty, that probably was more on, pressing and doing all that work because all the actors didn't have to be there week to week.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean?
That's true.
And so I don't recall being there that often. But then at the same time, even if it was like a every other week or whatever, I mean, like I said, the words fun and free. Like there was no, I mean, granted, look, we're talking about a time before I was married, before I had kids, yes, I was in college. Yes, I was, studying, but dancing with Bradley. And then, whatever you did at church or whatnot, it it may sound like a lot, but I guess it wasn't. And I always feel like God does something with my plate for that time in that season.
Mm.
I mean, granted, now me looking back, I'm like, wow, like you said, we were doing XYZ, and I'm thinking, really? Were we? Was I really there? But yeah, he allowed me to, thank God, graduate when I needed to, and get all the other stuff done as well, but be able to balance and be there and be a part of something I really wanted to be a part of. So God, that's the short answer. He is the one.
Right. God did. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did mention again, you got married, you have two beautiful children. So that kind of life happens, and you kind of had to take a step back from
Yeah.
the creative. What I guess what do you not changing, of course, your life path, but do you feel like you wish you could have still incorporated being creative with your life now? Like,
Yes, sir.
do you miss it? That's the
Yes,
question.
sir. Yes, I really do. So, my husband, he still is into, he's a Christian rap artist, so he still does that. That's his passion, and he has the time to do that. And so the kids, they see that, if they hear music, uh, they'll pick it up, they want to listen. And so my point is, with that snippet of a story, is that they see what we do and they can
Hmm.
be influenced by it, right?
Hmm.
And but at the same time, I do feel like acting runs through our veins. It is a part of the blood that runs through the veins.
Yes.
And so they can be very dramatic. We have drama going on around the house quite often. It's just that we got to figure out how we can get that on stage, maybe get them in Davison, whatever. But for me, personally, yes, I so wish that I can do more with acting, do more with that art, that I mean, and I went to school for it. It's like, wait a minute, why am I sitting on this? But I do get a little bit of the opportunity. Matter of fact, someone has asked me to come by their church to do a spoken word piece.
Okay.
Um, and so there are some times that I write, but it's been a very long time since I've actually written more of my piece, or excuse me, stuff from me that God has given me. And so I do want more time to do that. I do.
Right. And I think it's time. I mean, the kids have gotten older.
Yeah.
And then of course we gotta shout out your husband. Shout out to Tim.
Yeah.
Tim is part of VPN as well.
That's right.
Um, so I think, again, a lot of times, and this is just even my personal story too. There's a lot of things I look back and I think I wish I would have did this. I would have, because even so I'm gonna speak from somebody who has been doing this for a while. There are things I'm like, dang, I feel like I missed out on because I've been so laser focused on building Victory Productions for the last 20 years. So there's like things I'm just like, dang, I wish I would have had more time to do this. I wish I would have did this. So I mean, but I think the beautiful thing, not I think, I know the beautiful thing about God is that he gives us more time he puts us in the right time, and he gives us more time to do the things that we desire to do. He wanted to place it in us if if he's not gonna allow us to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's not who he is, you know.
Yeah.
God is a loving father, and I just feel like, okay, you know, I'm lining you up to put you in a perfect position to
Yeah.
succeed and to
Yeah.
enjoy what you're doing. So I feel like even for you, yes, you stepped away a little bit, but I feel like it's still in you, obviously. So it's like, okay, the kids are older. You know, Tim is doing this thing. All right, now it's time for Semone to really get back in there and get in the group and work that gift that
Yeah.
I've given her. So I think that's dope that you're getting back into it. I've always said that you were a beast.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it's awesome. We talk about, like I said, we talk about you all the time. Like we're like, dang, I wish Semone was good because I mean, like I said again, I've always said when I eventually get back into theater, I said Semone will be one of the first people I will call because yeah, like
Mm.
you're just that you're amazing, and I wish more people could see what you
Oh,
do. So that's dope. That's dope. And
thank you.
I was super excited because you did make an appearance on the Lions Den. I needed somebody to play a college mom. And we had little Tim in there. That's my little buddy. And so I was like, Simone, can you please do this? And it was so cool to have you and of course Kendra back on the set together.
Yeah.
Because y'all were adversaries on college days, but it was cool to have y'all back together on set. Um, yeah, so it's always dope to have. It's always dope to have somebody who knew us back then come back to in our now. You know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
dope. Speaking of that, again, you have seen our progression. What is your perspective on where we were to where we are now?
Woo, Carlton, you be diving into things.
I knew we were going there. I knew it. I know it.
You diving into things. I said, wow. So there's that aspect. I know, there's some things that in this realm that you feel led to touch on and to help in that area, so to speak. And that's great. um like I mentioned before, as far as the development of where we were back in my actual college days, but the series, just the acting. I'm loving the fact that you are on with Tubi and Prime. I'm like, I saw one of your shows on Prime, and that's just amazing to see that development. You had the red carpet at the movie theater. I mean, it's just amazing to see what God is doing in you. I look forward to just more messages coming through. And so I'm excited. I mean, they're really, there are some things. I feel like your dad actually mentioned, where he was like, there's some things that I
Right.
can't watch.
Right.
I'm kind of there too, where it's like I may not have seen everything, but I do know, that what you got out there, and it's just exciting that you just move so fast. You really do.
But no, I appreciate that. Again, I know there are certain things as I've grown and developed. I'm more so honestly for me over the years. I just kind of just took the straps. I got beyond the boundaries. Because I felt like I was limiting myself as an artist. Because there were certain things that I did want to discuss um, that may not be within the church walls, if that makes
Mhm.
any sense. So there's some, like I said, there's some things out there that so that everybody can't watch, and I respect that. However, just even still within the different things that I do, there's always going to be some type of thing where, all right, what can I get? What's the message? What can I get from this? But peel back the layers of the drama, peel back the layers of the espionage, peel back the matureness of everything. But what is the message that I can get from it? And that's pretty much always been my thing, even from the early days until where it is now. So I respect you definitely for saying that. And again, you know, I always tell people everything is not for everybody, but the thing about VPN is that we have something for everybody.
Right,
So
that's
we got,
right.
we got the clean stuff, we got the, you know, if you're a little on the wild side, we got the wild stuff too. So you know, it's just kind of
You want to see some that going over there? Yeah. I might need to see if I can I write something and pitch it to you?
Listen, so honestly, I'm in a phase because again, I'm still trying to figure out. I'm just still trying to figure out what I want to do. Like I said, again, I have given 20 years to VPN, and I'm just still trying to figure. All right, even though Victory Productions is going to continue, I'm trying to figure out what Carlton's going to do. You know, so I'm still trying to figure me out. So with that being said, because you said that, there probably will be some opportunities for different writers or different creatives to come in and you know
Mhm.
and develop it. I mean, like I said again, the door is open. I just have to figure out what makes sense so that way you guys can come in and be as successful as you can. I don't want to set you guys up for failure. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
so with that being said, just hold tight.
See, ladies and gentlemen, right there, that creative mind and just, always, thinking ahead. And that's, man, much respect. That's awesome. Because you want it to continue. You want success and trying to as you're pulling others up and just grooming others. That's good. You don't want to just give them any old little thing, right? And so
Right.
good mind.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it. So you were at you and Tim, you guys did come to the 20th anniversary, which I definitely appreciate, of course. Talk about that night for you because again, you're part of the foundation. So you got to really see for me that night was special because again, it was about bringing everybody together that made Victory Productions what it is today. And so I want you to talk about like just coming in and seeing, you know, of course, seeing the people that you did work with, but also just seeing all these people that you know that have contributed to VPN. So talk about that, like how you felt that night.
So, it always amazes me, even now, just seeing people that I did work with and that they have the opportunity to be able to still work with you. And it's not don't get me wrong, I say this to not sound like a jealous person, but it's like, sad because, you know, I hope that I will be able to do it one more time with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I hope to have that opportunity. But seeing friends of so-called old and meeting new people and it amazing. I love the fact that you honored people that have gone on that are no longer with us. That right there was the icing on the cake for me.
Mm.
Um, you again, the mastermind of Carlton Clay. It just I wasn't expecting to see that, and so to see that in itself really was breathtaking and very honorable. So, but yeah, seeing just the characters. Oh, it was awesome. They were having a good time. They were, you know, I don't even know how to explain it all the way. I mean, I really, whenever you go, whatever you do, it really does feel like this is Hollywood or this is Little Hollywood in Atlanta or whatever, because the red carpet was out. You had the backdrop, people taking pictures, professional photographers. It was just like, wow, this is big stuff. And it really is. And I don't know what you think or what other people think, but it really was on a caliber that, I don't know. I guess you think Augusta, small town, we just doing a little big. We doing big.
I appreciate it. Now, for me, again, that night wasn't about me at all. It was about you all. I really wanted to do something to just show my appreciation for everything that you all contributed these last 20 years. Because again, I always say this, without you all, I wouldn't be here. And I'm not talking about life. I'm talking about just Victory Productions and just where I am. I wouldn't be here without y'all. So I really wanted that night to be special. And I appreciate you saying that, because I really tried my best to make sure that everything was first class for you all. So that way, it is something that you all remember. It was just beautiful just to see to me, like I look at that group picture a lot. And it's crazy because there's actually more people that are part of it and they couldn't make it, unfortunately. And I was just trying to think, how could we have fit everybody in that picture? Because it was more, like I said, it was more people that were supposed to be there. And but I look at that picture, I'm just like, wow, like these, it's touching. I'm gonna stop because I'll cry. I know. I just
Yeah, that was awesome. Even to do the picture and stuff, it was like, whoa, all these people, not nobody is just here to sit. No, they all a part of this.
Yeah. So that was beautiful, definitely. If you could, well, you are a writer. I'm not gonna say if you could, because you can. If you can make your dream role, like if you could create your dream role, or you create your dream storyline or a show, movie, whatever, like what is Semone Williams? What do you want to do? Like what's the dream role for you?
Dream role?
I mean, it could be and it could be anything. Like, I mean, it don't have to be anything you wrote, but it could be something like you could be a biopic. I don't know. Just what does Semone want to do? Like what do you want to do?
Great question. I just want to act,
You took the easy way out. You took the easy way out.
But actually, I mean, I would, because you mentioned like writing and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's not really what I want to do. Look, I wouldn't even mind if I can actually, like, I will have ideas and I want to like tell someone else about it, whether it's a story or like a book story or a play. Can I get a scribe and just tell them what to write and then help me develop it? That, I mean, hey, if you really want to go there, that would be a great idea for me. But on the flip side, like people, just because I've danced with Bradley, get you out, but just because I danced with Bradley, people are always like, oh, I seen you dance, you could dance. But you know what I really would love to do is like be in a class. So I'm always wanting to learn the craft that I'm so passionate about. Yeah, I was in school for acting, but I really probably took it a little bit more for granted than I really wish I did, the stuff that we learned and things like that. I was like, what? Shakespeare again? And so bottom line, I really would love to just learn more. love to dance more, but learn, not teach somebody, not teach a class. I want to be taught myself.
Absolutely.
I want to
Absolutely.
sit down and just be taught. And so I think being in the acting role, I'm being taught. I can, yeah, you got it that way.
Good answer.
No horror film though.
You said no horror?
No horror film.
You don't like, well, you know what? Me and you are in the same boat with that. I know a lot of people always ask me, when are you gonna do a horror film? I was like, that's not my thing. I said my horror would suck. My like it would be horrible. Like yeah,
Well, maybe we
horrible.
need to do a comedy of a horror. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
I just that's not my. I don't watch horror films, so I don't know how to. I wouldn't know how to create one. But I honestly though, I would like to. I always say I want to like scream one time. Like I want to be like in a film just to scream and be like, ah! And then run off. But I want to make it though. I don't want to die. Like I want to make it. Like just let me see it, scream, and then run off. Like
yeah.
let me do that. But yeah, but I feel you on that. That's not my judge. I wouldn't even know how to the first thing to write that at all.
Okay, good. So I won't get no calls from you on that. Thank you.
Nah, you ain't gotta worry about that. Nah, like I said again, I know what each person, I know what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. I know all that stuff. So like I know like when to call and when not to call it. Yeah, you know.
You're good.
Is there anything else that you would like to say? You want the people to know? Like, this is your time. This is all about you.
Um, I do hope that people will look at your films with a spiritual lens. I hope that they will look for the message that was given to you as you are putting or as you have put out different films, whether short plays, etc., that they really do see the message in each one of them. So I have been gracious and blessed to be a part of VPN. I appreciate your time, your patience. And again, the fun, the laughter. You are, maybe it's a male thing or what, but you have the patience of Job, especially face to face. What you do behind closed doors, that's between you and God, right? But face to face, you really do. You display a great patience that that I think makes all of the actors very comfortable. And so, hey, again, anything that VPN puts out that tailors to that particular audience or a group of people, that I pray again that they will receive the message.
Thank you so much. And like I said, I appreciate that. I'm growing in my patience. That's something that I pray about daily, that God helps me work that thing out because people be trying it.
Hey, I know. I can take that for me.
Um,
Yeah.
yes, but Simone, first of all, I want to say thank you for being a part of VPN chat. This was very important to me. I really want to make sure I'm trying to do a mixture of people that I work with recently, but I definitely want to reach back and be like, hey, I need y'all to come on in here and talk and talk about your experiences. So you were actually the first person from, had to
Oh,
pull
okay.
back, pull back, and bring right up in here. Second thing I want to say is when the theater time comes, I'm calling you, so make sure your phone is on.
Okay.
I'm
It will be on.
and I'm so serious about that because like I said, I told Kendra, like I miss doing the plays.
Yeah.
I miss doing it, but I want to do it in a spirit of we just doing it, We just let's I want to do it at a 2024 level, but I want to do it in a spirit of back in the day, like when we was coming
Yeah.
together and we was just, all right, this is what we love to do. Let's make sure that people see our love for what we do.
Yeah.
That's the spirit I want to come in. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, but just have your phone by you.
It- it's right here, ready. Yes. Yep. And I do believe again, when that time comes, that it won't be because I haven't been able to get involved because it's like, oh, the timing, I gotta get the kids here and da, 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 da. And so God is gonna make a way. He's gonna clear my path, to clear my my scheduling, so that I can definitely do this. So
Absolutely.
I'm excited. I want to.
Absolutely. Awesome. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Miss Semone Williams, VPN chat. VPN chat. Thank you so much for being here with us on VPN chat. We'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good one. Peace.